Hello everyone, welcome to Honara's Arts and Lifestyle channel. Today I will be showing you how to put a permanent Rangoli for a puja room using paint. Many of you had requested for my puja room tour, isn't it? And I did upload a video on that, and I hope you have liked my puja room tour. So what was something which was very unique in my puja room and that was eye-catching? Wasn't it the Rangoli that I have put all around the puja room? What if I tell you that it is not a sticker and it is a hand-painted Rangoli, and I have done it myself? Would you believe it? So I'm pretty sure you would like to learn how to do this kind of a Rangoli in such a symmetrical fashion that it almost looks as if it's a print or you have taken a sticker and sticked it. Believe me or not, many of my own family members and my own friends don't believe that this Rangoli was actually put by me or painted by me. Even today, they believe that I have purchased a sticker from somewhere and I have pasted it, okay? Let me tell you, this looks very complicated, but it is not. I am going to make it as simple as possible for anyone to paint a Rangoli like that, okay? So if you have got a dedicated puja room or you have got a very nice table where you have set up your puja, okay, that is where you can actually paint this kind of a border and make it very pretty, even prettier. So for that, let me start by showing you the items which are required, okay? So the first and the foremost thing we will be needing is OHP sheet, okay? So we call this as overhead projector sheet. It's a transparent sheet, okay? And before I open this particular pack, I got this from Amazon, okay? And I have taken a heavy duty sheet or a heavyweight sheet, which means it doesn't bend very easily. But in case if you walk into a stationery shop, you will be getting a OHP sheet in any stationery shop, but then it's just going to be a little thinner. Even you can use that also for this purpose, okay? The company of this sheet is Get Inspired, okay? And this is called as a transparent heavyweight acetate sheets. I'll be putting the link to purchase this from Amazon in the description of my video. So in case if you want to purchase it, you can just refer to the description over there and you can purchase. Even if you don't get something which is as thick, even then that is fine. Now let's assume that you stay in a place where you're not going to get a home delivery and you're not able to go out to purchase. So in such a situation, you can as well use files like this, okay? The plastic that comes with the files. Even this you can actually use this for this kind of a Rangoli. I'll be telling you why we need either OHP sheet or this file. Or even if you're not able to get this, or if you feel like this is expensive, what you can also do is you can use a stick folder which looks something like this. The only thing is make sure that the plastic that comes with it is transparent and you can actually trace on top of it. Before I tell you why we need these plastic sheets, can you tell me what was the most eye-catching about my Rangoli in the puja room? It was very symmetrical. Everything was of the same size and it was the exact same design. Okay, so how do we achieve that? If you are good at drawing, you can do it just by hand painting. Okay, but in case if you are not good at drawing and Rangoli, you will need something called as stencils. So these are some of the stencils which are readily available in the shops. Okay. There is a shop called Itsy Bitsy. I've just given the shop name over here. It's called Itsy Bitsy. And if you love craft, then that is the best shop that you can actually go and purchase any craft item, be it for your child's school projects or be it for your own craft purpose. Only thing is it's going to be a little expensive, but then you will get varieties of it, okay? These are some of the stencils that I found in that particular shop. And if you look at my puja room, I have used this particular stencil for the second step. As you can see, we find various shapes and designs in it. This is just an individual flower stencil, okay? But you also get stencil that you can put it as a border, okay? So even that is available in case if you want to do it. But then what will happen is Itsy Bitsy is going to have only limited collection of designs, okay? Or any shop for that matter. You may like certain designs and you may not like certain designs. So what we can do is, if we can just have a OHP sheet like this, it comes with a paper like this on top, and when you remove the paper you get this transparent sheet. Okay, this transparent sheet is called as OHP sheet, and this is very thick. Like you can see, I cannot bend it easily. Okay, I need to put a little bit of pressure to bend it. So this is quite thick. And what we can do using this OHP sheet is make a stencil ourselves like this. Okay, so once we have a stencil, all we need to do is trace it. So this is the stencil that I had actually used for my Pooja Room border. Okay, and I'll be showing you how to do this particular stencil now. Now, before we make a stencil like this, which is handmade, what we need to do is select a design, right? So where will you find a Rangoli design? Obviously, you're going to find it on some of the forwards or in YouTube channel where they show how to put Rangoli and all. Okay, those are all handmade Rangolis. But sometimes I feel like I don't want to do what others have done. I want to be unique, or I want my designs to be outstanding and unique, and I don't want to copy the designs which somebody has already used. Then what we need to do is find the designs on internet. Okay, and these designs are not handmade, they are machine made or computer made designs. So I'll just show you now how you can browse it either on your laptop or on your mobile. So for that, what you will have to do is you will have to launch your Google Chrome or wherever you see the internet website pages and all. Okay, and search for vector Rangoli border. Okay, like this. And as soon as you get this page, you will have to click on the images here. Okay, so that you can see only photos like this. Now let's say I'm going to click on this because in this one I have actually seen some of the designs that I have already used. So as soon as you click on an image like this, you can just go a little down and you will be able to find lots and lots of designs in the same category. Like for example, this particular designs which is there, especially this one. Okay, look at how beautiful this is. This is going to be very, very simple for you to do. To save this particular image, what I do is, if it is a laptop, I need to click on the right button like this and save image as, and then it's going to ask us where we want to save it. Just select desktop over here and click on the save button and it's going to save it. And in case you are using a mobile, you will have to click on that particular image and it will give you an option for download. Okay, so either you can download the image and then go to your gallery and see it, or just take a screenshot. So how you take a screenshot depends on your mobile settings. So for my mobile setting, it is 3 fingers that I need to move from top to bottom of the screen, and that will be taking a screenshot. So like that you can take it and you can go to your gallery to find that particular image. Okay, now for the same image, if I come a little down, okay, this particular design which is there, I have actually used this particular design to paint it as a border on the threshold of my puja room. Okay, so let me just show you that particular picture. So in case if you people want to actually put the same design that I have put for my puja room, then the keyword that you will have to use in the Google search is Mehendi style collection border. So these are all the designs that we actually put for Mehendi as well. Okay, and we can use the same designs for our Rangoli. So if you go a little down, here is the design that I have actually used for my puja room border. So you can actually select any of these designs. I found this very beautiful, especially these kind of S curves that we can see, the C and S curves. They look very beautiful. And this is the same design I will show you how to actually paint it on the floor. So I hope you have understood how to select for a design on an internet. So once you have saved it, okay, just open that particular image. Okay, And then what you will have to do is just measure, how many centimeters or inches is the width of this particular rangoli, and try to keep that measurement on the floor and see whether that particular measurement of rangoli looks nice. Do you feel it is too small or do you feel it is too big? In case if you are feeling it small, what you can do is you can just enlarge this particular image like this. Okay, now it becomes bigger, and then we'll trace it. Now let me show you the design that I have already saved on my mobile. It's the same design that I have showed you on my laptop. Now what we need to do is we need to enlarge this rangoli to the level or to the size of rangoli that we actually want to put it on a puja room. Okay, so I just expand it like this, and there you go. So now what I'm going to do is, you have to be a little careful with your screen. Keep the OHP sheet on this, and then you take a permanent marker. Okay, now when you take a permanent marker, make sure that the nib is very sharp. Okay, it's not blunt and it's not fat, it has to be very thin. Okay, and hold the OHP sheet tightly. Don't touch your mobile with your fingers, just use the pen and trace the design. So if you touch the finger, this is what happens. The picture starts moving around. Okay, so when you are holding with the OHP sheet, don't touch on the screen, you will have to touch only at the sides. Okay, you don't have to trace the inner part of the design, because anyway we will not be able to trace that on the floor. Just trace the main parts of the design. I'm just showing you the easiest way to trace it in case you don't have a laptop, okay, and a printer. So here I have finished the tracing for the border of my puja room. Okay, now you might be wondering, my puja room is so big and I have got only a very small size of the stencil. Believe me, this is all we need. No matter how big a surface you want to paint with a rangoli. Okay, now I'll tell you how to cut this and make it a stencil. Now when you are cutting it, okay, you will not be able to cut this area, for example, okay, because this leaf is attached to this branch. This leaf is attached to this branch, okay. Similarly, this flower is attached over here and here. So what you should be doing is, you should only be cutting the outer surfaces like this, okay. Okay, so now until here we had two lines, right? At this particular place we just have a single line. So what we'll do is we'll not be able to cut this, and if it is too thin then we cannot trace it. So I'll not be cutting all the way back to make the stencil, rather I'll be cutting till here. Let me show you where I'm going to cut. Okay, so this is more than enough to guide us. So this is where I have cut. Okay, so if you look at this, until here I know what the design is. If I start tracing it from this side, and from here onwards I need a little bit of guidance again. So I can actually make this design directly with the paint. I don't need any guidance over here or any tracing over here. That is why I just cut it horizontally like this and start cutting it forward. So friends, this is how we make a stencil for any Rangoli border. Okay, use a thinner OHP sheet in case if you want the cutting to come easier, but don't use very thin, because if you use very thin, it's just going to bend very easily like this and you won't be able to maintain these sheets. Okay, you might want to protect these stencils later on, because the paint that we are going to use is this Asian Paints Premium Enamel. So this paint is not going to stick to your floor forever. As and when we start sweeping and wiping the floor or keeping something on the place where the Rangoli is painted, eventually the Rangoli starts wearing off. It is not that the entire Rangoli is going to come out, it's just pieces here and there where it's going to come out. So if you are able to maintain these stencils that you make, it's eventually going to be very helpful whenever your Rangoli wears and tears, and you can just repaint it. Okay, so now let us start tracing this Rangoli design. So when you are starting it, just make sure that the whole design is at the equal distance. So how you can do is take a pencil or a scale or a pen, okay, keep it at the bottom and push the stencil in such a way that it touches the pen. So by doing this, everywhere whenever you are going to keep the stencil, you can always keep your pen and see to that your stencil is always straight and in the same line. Okay, so now that we have traced the design, it is time to paint it. If you have purchased a fresh bottle of paint like this, then you will be getting one layer of oil floating on top of the paint. Okay, so you will have to discard that particular layer of oil, and only after that you will have to mix it thoroughly with either a spoon or backside of a brush, and only then you should be able to use this paint. Apart from this paint, we'll also need an enamel thinner. So in the brush you get different sizes. Opt for a round brush of size 1 or 2. That should be more than sufficient. So this is the size that I will be going for today. So dear friends, this is how easy it is to put the Rangoli border in your puja room. I hope you have liked today's video. In case if you want me to show you a lot more designs of Rangoli and a lot more tips about Rangoli, then please do leave a comment in the comment box and I will be getting back with more videos like this with lots and lots of tips.